And I had similar questions, but I was independent and beginning back in 2004 to determine those basic questions. What really happened? How did it happen? And did Dr. Oakley Smith really travel to Bohemia? Basically, what? Stumble into Bohemian folk practitioners and then bring that information back to America? That's not what happened. He did meet Bohemian people who did show him initially a number of techniques, which were called Naprapathic. They called themselves Naprapathics. And so the term to describe what exactly they were doing was referred to as a Naprapathic trust. So, but those people, those Bohemians, were in Iowa. They were in Cedar Rapids, Iowa, where Dr. Oakley Smith met them and was shown a number of things. We know some of their names, a Frank and James Dvorsky and others. So what they showed him was different than what he knew from chiropractic. So it was different. And from there, he also, Dr. Oakley Smith, went on to develop some of his own unique techniques. Now, the early Naprapathics, the early Bohemian Naprapathics, had no theory of what they were doing. They were folk practitioners. We'll find folk practitioners everywhere in Europe who call different things. In England, they would be called bone setters. In Bohemia, Naprapathics. In Poland, they would be called kręglarzy. I mean, there's different terms for folk practitioners in terms of what they do. But yes, these Naprapathics were early inspiration for Dr. Oakley Smith to come up with some techniques that worked. Worked for what? In those days, they had techniques, certain thrusts that were very helpful at dealing with low back pain. That was their point of view. And as I said, they didn't have a theory of connective tissue. It was Dr. Oakley Smith who developed the theory. It was Dr. Oakley Smith who developed a nomenclature, very important point. Because at this point, in 1905, 1906, there was no nomenclature to speak of for osteopathic medicine or chiropractic. There was no unique way of writing notes in terms of what you are doing, your observations, your thrusts that you may be using. So, to his great credit, Dr. Oakley Smith was the first to develop a unique, standardized set of nomenclature.
Wow.